Let's talk about lead. But first, let's talk about what's different. This is a Stanley, this is a Yeti. These are both my wife's cups. She uses them all the time. She loves both of them. This is a 40 ounce and this is a 42 ounce. I know that this one looks bigger because it's taller, but this one's slightly wider. The Yeti is really smart in how they do the base design because it's stainless steel, whereas the Stanley has this coating and it's coming off in a lot of places on the bottom. Now, this is a year of wear and tear versus a few months, so keep that in mind. The coating is also coming off here in parts. This right here is kind of surprising. Some of the coating coming off right at the handle where, nothing is bumping right there. That shouldn't be coming off. So far, the Yeti doesn't have any chipping, but we've only had it for a little while. The Yeti has a metal handle. The Stanley has a plastic handle. Leak test. They both leak like crazy if you tip them upside down. My wife says the Yeti tips over a little bit easier. They're both going to tip fairly easy because they're narrow at the bottom and wide at the top. The tops on both are very different. So the Yeti has this gasket. It just presses on, whereas the Stanley is a screw top. What I like about the Yeti is that it's easier to quickly put on, and also it's easier to switch where the straw's at. Whereas with the Stanley, you have to be careful about how you put it on. So if you want the straw to face you, you need to put it on facing away, and then screw down, and then it will face you. The Yeti is clear on the top. I kind of like that. You can see your water. You can see what's in there. The Stanley is not clear. The Yeti has no regular drink spout, whereas the Stanley does have this drink spout. They both do really well at keeping things cold. They're both dishwasher safe. There is one aftermarket thing you can get for either of these that really makes it a lot better, and it's these Build-A straws. My wife does not like drinking out of hard straws. You hit a bump and boom, you smack your tooth. These silicone Build-A straws are made to go together. My wife likes to use the top of the Build-A straw to stick inside the Stanley or the Yeti. The suction's 100% perfect in the Yeti. In the Stanley, it's not quite as snug, but it's still a really good fit. If you want a soft and curved straw to drink out of, check out the Build-A straw. I like the Yeti better. My wife likes the Stanley a little bit better. They both contain lead. The lead does not touch your water. It doesn't touch your hand either. The lead of the Yeti is contained inside this sealed portion right here, this whole cap. If your Yeti ever breaks and this thing comes off, throw it away. The Stanley has a little cap on the bottom. If that thing pops off, you want to get rid of your Stanley because then you would be exposed to lead. As long as you make sure that lead thing doesn't pop off on the bottom, they're good to go. If you want a completely lead-free alternative, get a hydro flask.